If you're a Texas contractor and your insurance guy doesn't speak your language, fire him. We specialize in Spanish-speaking tradesmen. Call today and we'll review your current policy for free. No pressure, just straight answers. You've seen the guy that's your bro. That's us. And just like it protected my grandfather from the sun, we protect you from life's challenges. I'm Mark Villasana, owner and agency principal with Northwest Insurance.
I actually heard about NW agencies through a friend of mine who's been using them for years. Honestly, I've been really impressed. They made the whole process so much simpler than I expected. I was always used to dealing with a lot of back and forth, but with NW it was straightforward, and I always felt like they had my best interests at heart.
We're a full-service independent agency. That means we don't work for a single carrier, we work for you. We've got access to over 100 carriers, so whether you're insuring your home, your truck, or your electrical business, we'll find the coverage that fits your needs and your budget.
It's been a game changer, really. I used to worry a lot about getting the right coverage, especially with my business and home, but now I feel much more confident. They helped me understand my options and made sure I had the right policy for both my business and personal needs.
We specialize in helping hardworking folks, contractors, tradesmen, laborers, the people who keep Texas running. Whether you're a framer in Floresville, a roofer in Seguin, or a plumber in San Antonio, we'll walk you through the process in plain English or Espanol.
We'll pour you a cup of coffee, talk you through your policy, and make sure you leave with more protection and more peace of mind than you came in with.
This is Northwest Insurance. We've got you covered.
Northwest Insurance. Northwest Insurance. Auto business, home and more. Who said insurance was a bore? Protect your car, protect your family. Northwest Insurance. If you need a helpful team, the best in the community, grab your phone, what are you waiting for? Northwest Insurance. Northwest Insurance.
Hola, hola, hola. Welcome to the latest episode of Beyond the Policy, covering everything Dallas. I'm your host, Mark Villasana, and joining me as always is my BFF, marketing manager for Northwest Insurance, Miss Lila Levy. Hello, Lila. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, my friend. Now, what's been going on? I always have to ask you, what's been going on? Because your life is so interesting.
It's not that interesting. What's going on? This weekend, I'm going to go see the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
For how many times have you already seen it? I'm sure.
I've seen the movie like twice, and I've seen it on stage probably 3 times.
Okay, so this isn't an outsider situation where you like go every third day.
No,
Okay.
This is not Outsiders that I've seen 12 times, or Harry Potter that I've seen 27 times.
Okay, so go ahead. Rocky Horror, and then
So I'm also going to see Carmen, the Dallas Opera, this weekend. And I'm going to go see, there's a new Harry Potter exhibit at Pepper Square. And I'm going to go with my best girlfriend, Brenda, and her daughter, Diana.
Okay, I'm seeing a little theme there. I'm seeing a little musical goofiness to that whole thing. I like that. I like that.
Goofiness being the operative word. We all know that.
Well, I mean, that's why everyone loves Lila, because of the goofiness. Well, we dug deep again into the Lila Rolodex to get our next guest. We hadn't done that in a while. We've actually, but we're going to meet another great friend of yours. And
did you see my eyes light up when you said that? I love this person that we're about to interview.
Okay. Well, hint, we're going to talk about product liability today. Yeah, because you know why we have to talk about insurance? Why?
Because this is you own Northwest Insurance
No,
Agency.
because of the thousands and thousands and thousands of emails we get. Please talk about more insurance.
True.
Okay.
The insurance, what do you call them?
Junkies. Insurance voyeurs, insurance hangers-on. They're all out there.
Can we have like a festival next year called Insurance Stock?
InsFest. I like that. We could do that.
In stock. In
we could have it.
Woodstock, New York.
Yeah, I like that. Well, anyway, today we're going to talk briefly about product liability. Then I'm so excited to get introduce our guest. So, because what we're talking about does relate to kind of the business he does. Product liability insurance, it's a safety net, like all of insurances, is there to cover you in the event something happens. And this particular insurance catches businesses, when a product fails or malfunctions or causes injury or damage after installation. So our particular guest does a lot of installations. So if he were to install something and after the fact it were to fail, this particular product liability would cover issues like that. Whether it is a shelf that collapses, a drawer that pinches a child's finger, or a client who claims the use of materials triggered an allergic reaction, this business owner could be held responsible, something like that.
Okay.
So it happens, believe it or not.
Wow.
A lot of times a claim doesn't happen, doesn't get turned in immediately. It gets turned in 6 months down the road, a year down the road, even up to 2 years down the road. And a lot of these policies have to cover depending on what their terms are, up to even 10 years. I've seen it.
Really?
Beyond that, yeah.
Okay.
That's why this product liability coverage is essential for any kind of custom builder or designer, Lila. It's not just about protecting the business, it's about protecting trust. Speaking of trust, today's guest has built a reputation for precision, Lila, elegance, and client care that is second to none. And he's a friend of yours.
Yeah.
I heard that, I read somewhere that he actually did a project that cost $55,000. And when you find out what he does, you're going to go, how in the heck did someone spend $55,000 on this particular thing? So, but he is a great friend of yours. So let me just give you a brief introduction of him, and you go on. Okay.
Okay.
His name is Charley Turo. He's not just a closet designer. He's a visionary in the world of custom storage. Known for his work on high-end projects like the $55,000 closet I mentioned to you, which was featured in D Magazine. Charley brings a level of detail and personalization that transforms everyday spaces into luxury experiences. He's also a friend of yours. Now tell me, how do you know Charley?
So I met Charley randomly at a party in December of 2017. Excuse me. It was a teddy bear party, right, Charley? And we just met. I was there with my friend Al James. He had invited me. I had 2 tickets, and his partner couldn't go. And so we went, and we just somehow started talking to Charley and his group of friends. And then we friended each other on Facebook. And then another mutual friend of ours was like, how do y'all know each other? Scott. Yes. And y'all had been roommates in college. And we just became friends from there. I would see you sometimes here and there. And then in 2020, I moved into a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment because I had so much furniture and so many things from my parents' house and my sister's house. And I enlisted Charley's help to help me organize. And then, so he came over and he helped me organize and gave me suggestions. And then COVID hit. So I didn't see Charley for like 8 months.
Well, let me properly introduce him. This is Mr. Charley Turo, President and CEO of Closet Karma.
Yeah.
And a friend of Lila's, right? How are you doing, Charley? Sorry we didn't introduce you properly. How are you doing today?
Doing very well. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm so excited.
I'm so grateful for you to do this. I know you're busy, and you have a unique business. Explain a little bit what Closet Karma is.
So Closet Karma, I'm a professional organizer and space designer. So I organize all sorts of chaos from, pantry to closets to actually moving into science and technology classrooms in elementary schools, right, and even independent school districts. I'm working on projects for those more corporate and, not always residential. So like I said, wide array of things that I organize. So if it's chaotic and a mess, renew your space, renew your mind.
And how do you know Miss Lila?
Like she said, we met at the teddy bear party. We're both big into philanthropy. So, which actually is part of my brand. When I'm organizing people's homes, I like to take their products and give back to the community, whether that be Genesis, CASA Kids, the AIDS Resource Center. It's all about giving back and getting things out there and putting them into, a good second use, right, and not just throwing things away and not really putting, for me, it's putting something out there into the world that you want back, and I want peace and joy and kindness. And so that's where I came up with actually Closet Karma to begin with.
Awesome. Yeah, it makes sense because we would spend so much time in the closet. People don't realize how much time we spent in the closet. Lila, I have actually, my wife has used Charley before.
Yes.
And I know you've used services many times, correct?
Many times.
Yeah.
Well, like I was talking about when I moved into a larger space at the beginning of 2020. And then I remember it was right before the COVID lockdown, and Charley came over and I said, well, my pantry door is open and my spices are there on one of the shelves. What would you suggest? And Charley looked at it and goes, oh my God, that is making me crazy. That's making my stomach hurt.
So it's giving me agita.
And I was like, okay, well, what do I do? And so you told me the type of baskets to go buy. He suggested some baskets from like Bed Bath & Beyond when it was still open, and just how to organize them, and just a better way for my pantry to be. So I went and bought them, and this was, I don't remember what month this was or whatever. I guess it took me a while because over July 4th weekend, if we all remember July 4th weekend of 2020, everybody was setting off fireworks, but nobody could go anywhere.
Right.
You know, there was no Kaboom Town, there was no traveling, etc.
Because of COVID.
Yeah. And so that weekend I was like, well, excuse me. I was like, well, it's going to be organizing my pantry. And it took me like 3 days. I just took my time. I made sure I did it really in an organized and a good way. And you couldn't come see it in person, but I sent you pictures and you were like, okay, that's much better. My OCD, I'm much better. So I always kind of want to, part of me, because I'm a very frenzied thinker and I'm frenzied in my organization. And part of me always wants to please Charley. I can't always please Charley, and he can attest to this. He and my brother have a big joke about my kitchen counter. You've seen my kitchen counter.
Oh, yes, it's quite a bit to it.
Yes, there is. Yeah. As one of my best friends, Jeffrey, said, no matter how big your kitchen counter would be, every inch would be taken up by things, because I have flowers out and I have knickknacks and pictures and
you're a big vases.
Person, yes. And they all tell a story. My friends Brian and Jeff are like, they walk around and they look and they're like, what's the story here? What's the story there? And we could be there all day. So that's really the only part of my house, Charley, that you're not proud of with me, right?
Well, it's the one that I choose not to touch because I know it's all very sentimental, which again, when I'm organizing clients' homes, I take note of what is important to them and what they love and how they kind of live their life. And so one of my ways of organizing is I let my clients know that I organize how it makes sense as a professional organizer, but you're the ones who live there. So I take note of how you live, what you do, what your routines are. And I know that Lila loves her countertop with all of her pictures. Right. So I make sure to, like, that's her thing. So I make sure everything else around that is nice and organized to keep it, flowing.
I mentioned that you did some work for my wife. She, for whatever reason, seems to collect T-shirts. So she had a collection of T-shirts just kind of strewn everywhere in her closet. And she has a rather larger size closet, not huge, but it's bigger than the average closet. And Charley was able to come in and really organize it. And the T-shirts now, I walk in there, you can actually walk in it now. There was a time when you couldn't even walk in it. But Charley, I read a little bit about your biography, and I saw you did a closet that was featured in D Magazine that was cost someone $55,000. Now, in talking to you earlier, you said you recently completed a project that was like a $110,000 project. Now, how big are these dang closets? B, exactly what do you do to a closet that large? Is this a closet you're building out, or is this something you organize?
That's actually a great question. It's both. So, one thing that I actually talk to my clients about and want to get out there is, if you're building your dream home, the last thing you really want is for your contractor to just throw in some mediocre shelving, some contractor shelving that doesn't make sense, doesn't flow, doesn't fill the entire space. So what I have my clients do is have me come in when it's a blank space, and I will design the closet top to bottom, maximizing all the, everything that we have in there, corners, floor to ceiling, you name it, and get what they actually want, because it just doesn't make sense. And when you break it down with the contractors and building a home or a remodel, after you're done paying the painters, the, shelving guys, for the wood, the materials, it's going to pretty much come out to close to the same cost as a closet that I design and build.
Yeah. So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. And so once I build and design these closets, then I go in and I implement the actual organization of them based on how I designed the space. So that way, again, getting to know you, personalize each space with my clients, and just kind of knowing how they live, then I can better build that space and utilize it.
Right, right. And what brought you into this organizational world? I mean, is that, actually, is there a degree in closet organization? I did see you're certified with some
NAPO, yes, North American Professional Organizing.
Okay, so there is some kind of method to the madness.
There is, but I actually learned it more in my retail world when I was general manager for a couple of different stores throughout the Dallas area. Actually, I'd probably say it stems back into junior high and high school, because I was the first one to organize my, binders for school and everything, and get my books all organized with a paper bag.
So you're born into the profession.
Yes.
You're natural.
Yes. And I'd probably take it, a little OCD as well, because I think it takes somebody to be able to, with OCD, to really be able to hone in on
detail,
making space perfect in detail.
Yeah.
But it originated, this is going to be really funny to you, but, thank goodness for therapy for all of us. I was talking to my therapist about what I wanted to do, and this idea came to mind in a dream that I was going to help people out in some way, shape, or form. And so, hence the name Closet Karma, because I love giving back. And so I want people to have good karma always. Right. And so, renewing that space is,
well, I mentioned how
giving back.
I mentioned how people spend so much time in their closet, and the first thing you do in the morning is what? You get dressed and you go to your closet. That could set your whole day off.
Exactly.
If you walk in there, and so I get the whole karma thing, and I really respect that you've actually brought that aspect into just a service. This is more of a therapeutic type thing. A lot of times for people. So. I'll tell you what, I want to get more into your background and a little bit more some of the projects you do and what else you can do besides closets. But let's take a quick break. I just want a reminder, Lila, that this episode has been brought to you by myclickinsurance.com. Our good buddy Maria Cuello, the founder and CEO of MyClick Auto Insurance, was so gracious to sponsor last episode and this episode.
We had a great time with her last week.
So again, this episode is sponsored by myclickinsurance.com. People should go check it out. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back with Mr. Charley Turo of Closet Karma. You've been listening to Beyond the Policy, covering everything Dallas, and we'll be right back.
Whether you're racing to work or just enjoying a cruise on a Sunday afternoon, we can do that. It does not matter if it's a beat-up clunker of a daily driver or a supercar that you love with all your heart, we cover it. Perhaps you need business insurance to get on a job site or just want that safety net for your employees, we have that also. Don't forget about your most important asset of them all, your home. What I'm trying to say is that at Northwest Insurance Agency, we do it all.
Northwest Insurance. Get covered under the umbrella.
Northwest Insurance.
Okay, we are back on Beyond the Policy, covering everything Dallas. We've been talking to Mr. Charley Turo, who is the president and CEO of Closet Karma. Charley, real quick, I just want to mention, Lila, again, this episode is being sponsored by myclickinsurance.com. So
our buddy Maria Cuello.
Buddy Maria Cuello. Thanks a lot. Shout out to Maria. Okay, getting back to Charley. Charley, when you got into this business, were there any instances, we talked about product liability, has there been any instances where someone has said, Charley, you messed something up, or I filed a claim, any type of insurance?
Actually, there have been very few, knock on wood, very few, but it does happen, especially when installing, mistakes happen and you're drilling into walls. So one of my contractors drilled through a water pipe.
Okay.
And caused a little bit of flooding.
So the homeowner actually you've actually had to follow. Okay.
Yes.
That's not a thing, but thank goodness you had insurance.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's thousands and thousands of damage that were caused, and God forbid you did not have insurance, so it had been out of pocket. So
that's correct.
Again, love to throw in those insurance shout outs.
Always, always. Even though it's not inland marine, it's still.
Lila loves, for some reason, Lila loves inland marine insurance.
I have no idea why.
Fetish out yet.
I mean, it sounds so fun.
Next time you're at therapy, ask
why I like inland.
Why you like
it just
inland
sounds
marine?
really fun.
Okay.
I don't know why.
So walk me through the process, Charlie. Someone comes in and you walk into their house and you see there's a messy closet, or people reach out. Usually people reached out based on what?
Really the chaos that they are living. And I just use that word so much because it is chaotic when you're not organized and have things put together. And it creates a world that, you just can't be settled. And so, and they're at a loss. They don't know where to start.
Yeah.
So they call me to come out and do a consultation. We look at all the spaces, not just closets. We look at pantries, we look at garages, kids' rooms, offices, you name it. I mean, it could be a kitchen drawer that they're just like, I don't know what to do with this. So, they reach out, they call me to come do a consultation. We'll walk through all the spaces and start coming up with ideas to really guide them and get them started on that process.
Yeah. With me, it became, once the COVID lockdown was easing, I moved into my place March of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlie helped me with the move. I had movers make 3 trips, and then I made trips, and then you helped me make trips, and then you helped me. My goal was, I'm going to touch every single thing I own and look at every single thing I own and either toss it or keep it and organize it, what have you. You helped me organize, you helped me toss, you went and donated things to Genesis because I had plenty of things to donate, and you just kept coming back, and helping me. You hung up things, and ever since then also, there's maintenance. You know how people talk about with Wegovy and Ozempic, they do microdoses. It's like microdoses of Charlie, because every couple of months, it literally is like a microdose. I'll text him and I'll go, are you in town?
I was going to say, you need a subscription service plan for sure.
We do offer that. Yeah. We do.
You do.
Yes,
Okay,
people
great.
can put me on retainer so I can come and do, because, life happens, kids happen, craziness. Moms are driving their kids to 4 different sports and dance and all these things. And so it's hard to really maintain the organization. Yes, they have a blueprint, but they'll have me come back and just do a refresh to really get them back. Because, again, once you renew the space once, it's, renewing your mind and your comfort and your calmness.
So you probably visited Lila's place, every other weekend?
Pretty much. I do want to touch on that, though. If you did move into your new place, you already had an existing closet system, but it just wasn't built to function how you function.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to come in, and because I'm so familiar with that product that was already in there, that I was able to move things around and redesign it, so to speak, using all the materials that she had in there, and make it flow better for her.
Lila mentioned that you helped her out when she moved. So you actually, he actually walked you through the move and from step 1 to the move?
No, not necessarily, but helped me where I really needed help with, because I'm not as physically strong as some other women, and certainly not as a man. So I have limitations of lifting things, moving things, putting things away. And he helped me with that. And then, like he was saying, he also, a few years down the line, because I've lived where I live for 4.5 years, he flipped my closet with a bedroom. So my closet is now, my master closet is actually in a bedroom that was my office.
So why don't you tell me, Charlie, exactly all the services that Closet Karma does offer?
Do we have enough time for that?
Yeah, well, let's go. Let's try to get in as much as we can.
The great thing is I help pack and move.
Okay.
So I can help you pack, because if you have movers packing you up, or if you're packing up your home, you're just throwing things into a box. Doesn't make sense. Then you get to your new place and you're trying to unpack, and it is very overwhelming. And so I can come in, I can help pack up your home in a nice organized fashion. So when we get to your new place, we'll unpack it and make it make sense, because, most people live out of moving boxes for 6 months.
Wow.
It takes up to 6 months for most people to fully unpack. So we can get that done in a very short time.
Yeah.
We have also, Closet Karma's also moved into, like I said, the commercial side. So I have designed and built science and technology classrooms for elementary schools. So I'm on my 6th STEM classroom.
Wow.
Yes.
I didn't know that. I thought maybe you'd done 1 or 2.
No, six
Wow.
now. And as well as a couple of independent school districts working on. I just moved one school district's donation house to a new spot and gotten everything organized. We're going to have a grand opening party for all the counselors to see exactly what they have for their students to utilize. So those things bring me great joy. I design and build, floor-based products, cabinetry using my partner vendor Closetology, which is great.
Cool.
Based out of Prosper. So, that gives us
It's like someone wants to change out kitchen cabinets, something like that. You can come in and help them
closets,
design that. Okay.
Garage cabinets. We also do flooring. So like if you are redoing your garage flooring, we do, we have floor tiles. So there's so many different things. If you name it, I can have a product and organize it for you and set
You did my garage. Talk about what you did for my garage.
My goodness. For that one, we actually installed Alpha from the Container Store because no offense, Lila does have a lot of stuff.
No.
And I wanted to make sure she could get her car into her garage and make sure that it functioned. Because she also, shops bulk items, Costco. You're a Costco girl.
I'm not Costco girl.
Oh, okay.
No, but
you do have bulk items.
I do. I have like water and
paper
beverages
and like all those things. And so it was just piling up.
Right.
She's an Amazon girl, should I say, actually. So they were just piling up in like one whole side of her garage. So, I was able to come up with an idea, get everything, build a shelving system, get everything up on the shelves. And now she's
in bins and labeled nicely because I love Halloween.
Yeah.
I have 7 bins of Halloween decorations. He organized them all. I have Hanukkah and Christmas decorations,
a Frankenstein section, that kind of thing.
Yeah, Mark mask section,
Mardi Gras section,
Mardi Gras, and then I also have from when my siblings and I grew up. It is an amazing train set from the 60s. It's an amazing train set that me and my siblings used to play with. And you pack that up into bins as well.
I would have to say I probably touched all of Lila's items as much as she has touched them. So she can call me and be like, where did you put that? Actually, any client can call me and ask where I put
You're
something.
well versed in Lila then.
Yes.
I got
very
you.
much so.
Well, Charley, the business sounds fascinating. And what's really cool, it's not just about closets. Tell us how we can get in touch with you if someone needs any kind of organizational stuff done.
Yes, you can go to my website. It's closet-karma.com. And I have a form on there that you can fill out, and that'll directly come to me so I can know whether it is a garage, a pantry, a kid's playroom, you name it. You can put it all on there and actually set up a time. You can set up your own time based on my calendar to have a consultation. We can do it virtually or in person. I actually travel all over the country. I have clients in California. I have clients in Seattle, Washington, Florida, Phoenix, you name it. I mean, we have Bend, Oregon, of all places.
Yeah.
I designed a beautiful closet out there. So that was fantastic. And I was going to touch on the fact that, you said you start your day in your closet, but you end your day pulling into your garage from work. And that can be overwhelming and stressful as well.
Good point.
So, you want to have a nice, organized garage space where there's not so much clutter, because I think that's everybody's dumping ground, don't it?
And I'm so proud of my garage. Yeah. And every time you come over, you look and you say, it looks exactly, you literally say, it looks exactly like it did last time I was here.
Right.
I keep that thing spick and span.
That was a fantastic point you made. You start your day, depending on how organized you are, that can affect your mood, and you end your day, and depending how organized you are, it can also affect your mood. Well, Charley, man, I'm so happy to get to know you. Thank you for fixing my wife's closet, by the way.
So welcome.
Before we let you go, we always ask our guests 5 questions. These are just 5 general questions about the city of Dallas, because that's the purpose of this podcast, Lila, is really to get to know the people that make Dallas up. So why don't you start with number 1?
Okay. What is your favorite Tex-Mex place in Dallas, DFW, and what's your go-to dish?
Oh, gosh, of course you'd have to ask me this question. It's probably, I would have to say, don't hate me for this one, Gloria's. Like, their chips and queso is, as a like you have to chips
Yeah,
and queso, margarita rocks, no salt with a Grand Marnier floater.
Awesome. Okay, it's same question, but let's do barbecue this time. What is your favorite barbecue place in the DFW area and your go-to dish?
I'd have to say it was Pecan Lodge, and partially is, but now it's Terry Black's because I did a quick stint living in Austin for a while and fell in love with Terry Black's, and their mac and cheese and their jalapeno cheddar sausage.
I'm sensing just a touch of foodie in you. I love that. I love that. I can recognize one from 100 yards away.
No, you're going to ask this one.
All right. In your opinion, in the history of the Dallas Cowboy franchise, who is the best head coach they've ever had?
You know, I honestly can't say that. I don't have an answer for you on that one. I can't tell you.
Let me ask you: do you prefer people who take a calm approach or people who take a fiery approach to things to get you going?
You know, I'd have to say a calm approach, just because what I do is calming. My whole business is based around calm. So that's a really good question. I'd go with calm.
Well, based on that answer, we're going to go with Tom Landry. Okay, I think he'd more be receptive to Tom Landry. Okay. Next one. Shoot.
Okay.
Fire away, Lila.
JFK, the assassination of JFK. Was it a lone gunman, or are you on the side of a conspiracy theory?
100% conspiracy theory.
Really? You seem so sure of that.
I am. I get, because, you know, all these like, you know, podcasts out there on all these, you know, murder and crime podcasts. Like, I just kind of watch all of them. And I watched Umbrella Academy on Netflix. And so it's like all these different shows that kind of talk about it and go into it. I think there was so much more. I know there's so much more.
So much to dig. I mean,
wow.
Really
I still, you know where I stand.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. I'm lone gunman. I'm lone gunman.
Really? That kind of shocks me a little bit.
I'm lone gunman. Times were different back then, and crazy is crazy, and sometimes crazy pulls off things solely.
Well, so based on who our guest is and whatever answer they give, that's what I am that week, because I switch back and forth. Okay, last one. In your opinion, Charlie, who represents Dallas? If I asked you, Charlie, who is Dallas, you would say who?
They can be dead or alive.
You know, I'm going to have to actually say Dean Faring.
Wow.
Oh, that's a new,
he is so well known. And again,
it feeds into your foodie theory.
Yeah, I'm a foodie. He's a foodie. I knew it.
He's one of the kindest, nicest gentlemen in town. And like, if you know, he's just a very well known. No offense to all my other chef friends, but I just love Dean. He's always been so kind and nice, and an amazing restaurant and food.
Well, as a fellow foodie, I like that answer.
We've had an array of answers from JR, you know, and to what did Ed Jones say? The Dallas Cowboys,
the franchise Dallas Cowboys.
We've had we had several that said JR.
Yeah, a lot of people did JR, but we've never had anybody from the food world.
No,
awesome.
No, you called it too. You called it.
I did. Well, Charlie, again, thank you so much for being here.
Again, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Congratulations on the thing you built with Closet Karma. It's awesome, and it's amazing what it can really do for people's moods. So,
and it's a great gift too.
Yeah,
because I have gifted your services 3 times, and people are always really happy when you take care of them. So you can get a gift card. From Charlie. What's your website again?
Closet-karma.com, and that's closet CLOSET karma KARMA. I spelled it correctly. My mother would have killed me as an English teacher if I had, spelled closet with a K. So yes, closet-karma.com, and we can take care of everybody.
Okay.
All right. Thanks again. Well, you've been listening and watching Beyond the Policy, covering everything Dallas, and we will see you next time. Thanks.